Good morning, children. Now, does anyone know anything about the sociological perspective? Any background knowledge?
With how sociologists conduct experiments to study how individuals affect society.
Very good, Kyle. But that's only scratching the surface, you see. The sociological perspective has 5 parts that all connect with each other, okay? There's research, objectivity, bias, values, and Verstehen. Good.
What the heck does a sociologist do research anyway?
They probably research things that have to do with society. Sociology, society. Makes sense?
Sure.
That's a good way to remember it, Stan. Okay. Research of a sociologist is a scientific observation of the social world, okay? They do this research to see how society impacts an individual and vice versa. They also follow scientific method to perform social experiments and research. They do this to achieve the sociological perspective. You all remember learning about scientific method, right?
Well, I don't think...
We did, of course. The scientific method. It has to do with science stuff.
Right, well, just in case, the scientific method is a series of steps scientists have to follow in order to do an experiment, okay? There's 6 steps, good? First, you ask a question, then you do some research related to the question, and make a hypothesis. From there, you make an experiment around your hypothesis. After the experiment, you analyze and report your results. Now, everyone knows. So, when a sociologist begins their research, they have to remain objective, okay? Now, does anyone know what that means?
It means to get something done quickly. Duh.
No, you idiot. It means to view things without bias.
Very good, Stanley. A sociologist has to remain value-free when doing their research. Otherwise, their research could become biased and be discredited, such as not judging Kyle for his Jewish faith, even though you don't believe in it. Well, Kenny, bias is leaning towards one side of something. So, like Hartman not liking Kyle's mother.
Hee.
Well, that seems to get it across well. Alright, children, next part of the sociological perspective is values, okay? So, can anyone give me an example of a value?
Is it like valuing one food over another, like burgers over salad?
Well, kind of. Just put that on a broader spectrum, okay? A value is the standards by which people define what is desirable or undesirable. So, like good versus bad, or beautiful versus ugly.
Oh, like how I think the raisin girls are pretty.
Sure, Clyde. Sometimes our values fall upon more serious topics, such as opinions on same-sex couples. These values can really change our perspective on things that cause bias. Sociologists need to be careful that they don't let these values get in the way of their research.
How do they keep their values from getting in the way of that, though?
Well, sometimes it can be difficult, but sociologists sometimes use something called Verstehen, put themselves in the position of what they're researching to help shed these values and bias. Okay?
For what now?
Verstehen is a German word meaning to understand, to put oneself in another's shoes, to gain understanding of their perspective.
So, like if Token spent a day at Kenny's house to see how his world is different from his own.
Yes, Token has a much different lifestyle than Kenny, so that would work.
Maybe one day.
But remember, children, to properly use verstehen, you need to remain value-free and view things objectively, okay?
Oh, so it's all connected together.
Exactly. All of these steps need to be done correctly, or sociologist research could become discredited. Okay? And that would be bad for the sociologist. So they take extra care in making sure all the steps of the sociological perspective are followed. So that's the sociological perspective, children.
Thank you, Mr. Mackey, but our time is up for today. Time for lunch, children. Now go to lunch and recess.
I hope you were all able to learn something today, children.
We sure did, Mr. Mackey. We sure did.
Okay, well, bye-bye now.
Be my age, you're lucky if you have any teeth.
All right, then.